Hello everybody, Mike Rondo in the Shed of Solitude. Where else would I be? Maybe in the Jeep, like I was going to do for the video, but I decided not to do it. With gas prices being a $250,000 a gallon, I decided not to. Save that for tomorrow when I drive to work or something. I don't know. But anyway, or I could be at the bench there. But anyway, I just got done. I mean, this video isn't going to be much to do about anything, and I feel like I'm like the Seinfeld of the YTPC. Like, my videos are much to do about nothing. But hopefully this video at least relaxes some people. This might be a little bit long and boring to some, most maybe. I don't know. But I just got done smoking in my 320. And I just had Old Dark Fire, which, beautiful tobacco. And don't be surprised that that's actually on my top 5 list at the end of the year. But I also cleaned out the Peterson pipe. I wanted to give it a rest. I love that pipe. I wanted to smoke it again today, but I'm like, no, you've been putting it through its paces a little too much, so kind of take it a lead. Give it a day break, give it a break. So I was smoking my 320 with the Old Dark Fire, and I don't know if anyone else has experienced this. Maybe NW Piper might be able to chime in on this. And anyone else that's got a Peterson and like a 320 or any other kind of pipe that's not a Peterson. Because with the Peterson, like when I'm smoking it, the smoke reaches you like it's like that. It's not filtered, obviously, and my 320 is filtered, so it's more of a sucking on the straw kind of flow, which is what you want, right? But with the Peterson, I feel like the smoke just kind of it's there, and it takes me off guard a lot when I'm smoking it. So I got to get used to that. But in any case, I decided to give that a break. But I'm gonna actually smoke this right here. I figured with Veterans Day, Armistice Day, if you will, the First Amendment is a good blend to go with. From Decoder, I think I said that right, and Sons. I always mess that up. It's like Wine Cloths by Strauss. I can't pronounce that to save my life. It's the Rhode Islander in me, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just an idiot. But anyway, so I'm going to smoke this today. In this video, I'm not going to talk too much about anything, really. I got a few things going on in my head that I'd like to talk about or just share with you guys. So let's load this up here. I'm going to use the Rat Rays 158. Is it 158? Yeah, 158, or as I call it, the Christopher Morley pipe. I love this thing. This rivals the 320 because that's my favorite pipe by 7Ellie. But I have to admit that Peterson pipe, man, I am going to do a video at the end of the year of like the 7 pipes I need, like that I'm going to will to my daughter and grandkids or whatever, the 7 pipes that have to stay in the family. I figured 7 pipes, 1 for each day. So there's going to be 7 pipes. I'll do that video at the end of the year. It's going to be fun at the end of the year because I'm off from the 17th, Christmas week and all that, and I go back like the 27th, I think it's the day. But anyway, let's load this pipe up. I love this pipe. I highly recommend this pipe. It's a good, solid, Rat Rays makes a pretty good pipe. And then, of course, I don't know what it is lately. I'm on a pipe. I blame Northwest Piper for this, and I blame Lester, Dr. Lester, for this. And by the way, this has been in the shed, and the moisture content is pretty good. It's perfect. It's not goopy. And sadly, I've heard, I might have to order more of this. I don't think we can get this anymore. I think Drukers, it's the Drukers and Son has gone out of business, sadly. Another pipe blender company, whatever, has decided to pack it up, which really sucks. And it's funny because I always say we're like in the golden age of pipe smoking when it comes to tobaccos. I don't know what's out there. Hold on. There's a freaking squirrel out there. All these critters around. I got my daughter running out here, and I got my squirrels running around here sometimes. But anyway, back to that. So sadly, they've seemed to have disappeared. McClellan, there's another one. Unfortunately, I didn't get to smoke any of that other than Frog Morton, which was really good. I wanted to get their Sherlock Holmes Shag blend. I really wanted to try that, and maybe I'll try to hunt someone down and get that. buy it off someone on eBay or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I've been really, back to my point before I get interrupted by the squirrel. It's been driving me nuts for like the past week because the rabbit was over here and I thought the gopher was back. And so I got excited. I was ready to go after the gopher, but it turns out to be the rabbit, a jackrabbit. And he was fine, no problem with that. But the squirrel keeps running and up and crazy, driving me nuts. And I'm thinking it's a rat because we had a little rat incident, which I took care of. I'm pretty proud of myself. The rat situation is pretty much done. Knock on wood. But the squirrel keeps running up and down and all over. I thought I had a rat in the shed of solitude. I was going to load up my trap and take one out, but that is not the case. It's a squirrel driving me absolutely crazy. But anyway, back to my point. So I've been looking at all sorts of pipes, and I wasn't intending, because I have enough pipes to last plenty, right? But you can never just have one, I guess. So I keep, matter of fact, let me put that there. I keep coming across pipes that are just, like, I want to try them. I'm like, oh, that pipe looks really good. I want to try that pipe. I want to branch out, like I did with my tobacco, right? I've tried just a lot of tobacco this year, and last summer and into this year and stuff, and all these new pipes that I keep seeing, it's just they're amazing pipes. I think it's one of the makers is Vaughn, I believe. It's a German company. They made this fantastic pipe. It's a billiard. It was on tobaccopipes.com, and I almost want to. I have to say I'm probably going to pull the trigger on it because, you know, it's just me. But it's a beautiful pipe, and it's got this wood band, like this bamboo thing around where the stem is, where this is, where the band is. And it looks fantastic and unique, and I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful pipe. I wouldn't smoke it much, I don't think, but we'll see. And then, of course, I kind of want another Peterson, right? I kind of want to try another Peterson. I don't know. I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't get the Dracula one, but I kind of want the one that's not as popular as like Sherlock Holmes or Dracula is the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, because I love that story. You know, that whole good and evil side, you know, that whole thing. Matter of fact, one of my coffee mugs from, what is it, Death Wish Coffee, I got the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which you've probably seen with one of my morning coffee videos that I've done. I haven't done one of those in ages, but that's one of the mugs I love using that mug. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway. I haven't had this tobacco in probably a month and a half, and oh, it is good. If you can get your hands on it, you know what? Don't get your hands on it because I want to get my hands on it. So maybe don't go out and get it, but I do recommend it. I had to turn on my my effect here, the fireplace. I know I had a gentleman comment about the fireplace, and he said, "Do I hear crackling?" And you may hear crackling every now and then with the fireplace because I have, as my phone's here, it's connected to the Bluetooth radio, and it's just fire sounds. I don't know if you can really hear it. There you go. Turn it up a little. But that's what I use. It's an effect, basically. I wish the fireplace came like that, and I'm going to do a review on this soon for the shed series that I'm doing, the Shed Essentials, because I do think it's important to have, if not anything, for aesthetics. It does throw off some pretty good heat and complements the little Mr. Buddy heater, which has the shed up to 65 degrees. Now, it's pretty warm and comfortable here in Rhode Island today, the past couple of days, really, the whole week. But it's chilly in the shed. The shed stays at like in the 40s, even if it's like 60 out. It stays relatively cool. Like the cool air just stays in here. So, which is probably pretty good for the tobacco, to be honest. But I got to crank the heat up and get things warm because I can't have. I got to take the chill out basically. And right now it's just perfect. But the main thought I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if anyone else has. I'm sure people have had this thought. I've had it many times ever since I've seen like Back to the Future. Time has been a fascinating subject for me. And there goes the squirrel again. And I've always been fascinated by it. It's just, the vastness of it, the space-time thing, and then you think about our history, right? And our place where we are now in this point in history. Probably the greatest time to be alive as a human being, despite all the chaos that you see on the news 24 hours a day. And by the way, all I can tell you is stop watching the news, stop watching nonsense, and you'd be amazed at how peaceful and calm and relaxed you are in life, and how it sounds simple, but it's great not paying attention to things that are really more or less a distraction. But back to the other point. So with time, I've been thinking, especially today with Veterans Day, I'm thinking of my father, who's a Vietnam vet, and I think about how he survived that whole chaos and trauma. And I think if he didn't make it, I wouldn't be here today. And then I think about my mother. If she didn't live to, she got hit by a car when she was about 9, I think, and she survived. Had that not happened, I wouldn't be here. And then I think about my grandfather and how he survived World War II. And I'm sure my Nana as well, she had to go through things. Because back then, I know my aunt, my great aunt or something like that, I think that's what you call it, she died of scurvy back then. Like, there were diseases that took people up, polio, all that stuff, the flu, the Spanish flu and all that stuff. And I think about how they survived that. And then I think about my great-grandfather who survived World War I. And after that, it kind of gets fuzzy on where my lineage goes. But I think about all those circumstances that had to happen in order for me to be here today in the greatest time of human history, in my opinion. I know the world's always kind of been horrible in a way, but when you think about it, we're in a pretty comfortable position in the world for the most part, or the universe, I should say. But it's just fascinating to think about all those things that had to happen, like even thousands of years ago, 10,000 years ago, with my DNA getting passed down from generation to generation. It's kind of fascinating to think about. If things went this way or that way, I might not be here. It's kind of crazy. Well, it's even like the Earth itself with chance, right? If you believe in the Big Bang Theory and all that, I mean, you could believe in God and all that stuff, that's fine. But when you think about it, it's still a unique and crazy thing to think about, all that had to happen for us to be here, for me to talk to a camera and reach you people all over the world and share my thoughts and smoke a fantastic pipe. It's just crazy. Mind-boggling, really. I can't wrap my head around it sometimes. Sure, some people like to point out, well, time is just a concept of man, blah, blah, blah. And maybe the 24-hour clock, you could say, yes. But space-time is a thing, right? And it's funny, what happens here, time-wise, is different like on Mars, Jupiter, wherever else in the universe. It's kind of fascinating. It's almost like in Star Wars, they have the universal time from Coruscant, right? Like it's like Greenwich Mean Time, basically, like 12 o'clock here. For the rest, like if it's 1 o'clock here, it's 1 o'clock throughout the galaxy and the universe or whatever. But on your home planet, it might be completely different, and it's just fascinating. This is so good. Now, last night I had the Rogu, is it Rogu? Rogaroo tobacco from Watch City, which baffled me. Flavor-wise, like I said, I enjoyed it. I liked it. And then after I had another bowl, and I was sitting in here, and I was thinking about things, and I could get more of the citrus kind of note, but still I couldn't get those flavors. So that's definitely a second time around I'm going to go on. But I was thinking of Northwest Piper because in his video last night he mentioned he was on a pretty good streak of tobaccos, and I have to say, yeah, I haven't found a tobacco other than like the Great Outdoors that I tried a few weeks ago. That one, not so good. I got to try the Boswell Northwood soon. And I'm going to get some Christmas cookie because that was one of my favorite holiday tobaccos last year. And that'll be interesting because I'm going to try the Christmas cookie that I have left over from last year, because the Boswell stuff that I've been having, like the maple one, I get more of a chemical taste. And I mentioned it, I made a post the other day, a community post, and someone was talking to me, and JB as well, my good friend JB, who was there from the start, so thank you, JB. He mentioned maybe I'm more maturing in my tastes, and that's a possibility, but I don't know. Boswell seems to be, maybe I'm moving away from aromatics. I don't know. And I'm kind of, it's funny, because I laughed at my daughter, because my daughter's very, ooh, there's heavy smoke here. She's very into Christmas. And Christmas for her starts November 1st, really. And it made me think of Dr. Lester, because, well, this is interesting here. I don't think you guys would be able to see this. But, so all that smoke that I had is it right here, but you can see there's a draft, and it's lifting it right up into the rafters. And it's just quick. It gets to a certain point, and it goes right up. So that's pretty cool. Do have pretty good ventilation in here. But back to my point. So my daughter's all excited about Christmas. She's watching Christmas specials already. Really excited. And I'm like, you know, I'm a traditional kind of guy here in the States. Traditionally, we don't start Christmas till after we have Thanksgiving dinner, really. But then I was thinking, like, across the world, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving like us. They start, I guess, in November, right? They'd start probably next week-ish. And I was feeling a little Christmassy today. And I almost went with a Christmas blend. But I was like, no, I gotta hold off, gotta be strong. I gotta get some decorations for the shed. I'm gonna jazz it up a little bit, as I've said. But I'm feeling a little cherry, if you will. So, as you guys know, I've been struggling with my reading, and this is why I was bringing up the Christmas thing, because I was sitting here thinking about just a little, before I came on the camera here, and how I was struggling with my reading in the sense that, like, I haven't read a story that's really pulling me in, and it's not the author and it's not the stories that's not good or anything. It's just me. I just, for some reason, don't really want to read. Which drives me nuts because I love reading. So I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, because next week, the week after, I'm going to do the audiobook this time of The Haunted Bookshop, because it takes place around Thanksgiving, and that always inspires me. So I'm going to listen to the audiobook, which I cherish that. It's a great audiobook, so you should get it if you can, and listen to it. And then I was thinking about, over there, I was looking at the library there, and I have two books, Sherlock Holmes inspired. It's Sherlock Holmes, different authors. It's not Sir Conan Doyle, obviously. And I wanted to read them last year, but I didn't get a chance to read them. So I want to start reading that as well. Probably, maybe next week I'll start doing that as well, just to kind of get in the Christmas spirit, kind of maybe get inspired, because Sherlock Holmes was very inspiring last year and kind of got me on a roll. And then I kind of just, I don't know, the summer came along and I just kind of hit a dead end. I don't know what the deal was, but kind of fell flat. And then I was reading this other book that I just picked up in my book haul. It was called Brother. So I started reading that a little bit, just to mix things up, because I tend to read 5 different books at the same time and dive in. And this one, it's pretty twisted. I'm like 10 chapters in, maybe less than that, maybe 9, and it's pretty wacky, to say the least. It's kind of a horror book, and it doesn't help that the character that you're following, at least in the beginning of the book here, his name is Michael. And he has a conflict with his brother. Sounds very familiar when I was a kid. So it was messing with my head the other night. It was a good trip, and that's a fascinating book. I might try to attempt to read it again tonight or a little later. Has anyone else had the book blues, if you will? Like you're an avid reader, and then the books you get, you're excited about, you're reading them, and they're interesting and they're good, but you just like, nah, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm distracted by other ideas, like things I want to do. Like I've mentioned, true crime podcasts, other videos I want to do. I've like hit this creative roadblock, and I gotta find my way out of it. But tomorrow my new pipe will be here. The pipe that I got from Smoker's Haven. On a whim, I kind of got this pipe, and it was kind of... Well, Dr. Lester inspired me to get it, in a sense. I kind of went out, I saw he showed the pipe. I just liked it, and I'm like, I'll see if I can find it on eBay or somewhere. And I just put the name of it in, and I happened to find it there. Supposedly this is once not smoked ever. We shall see when I get the pipe tomorrow, and I'll do a video on that. And so I thought it was pretty interesting going through them to get the pipe. I thought it was pretty reasonable. Actually, almost for this video, I almost did the second time around on the maple, Boswell maple. But I don't know if anyone else has this problem, right? You're looking to smoke something, and you're going through the tobaccos that you have within your reach, right? Not the stuff you sell, but stuff that's within your reach that you smoke fairly often, or if you're a YouTuber that does tobacco reviews and you have jars or tins that are around and you're looking at them, you're going through them, it gets tough to pick what you want, right? Because I typically smoke by season and by my mood, right? Really. And it's being fall. I was going to go with the fall blend, but then I was like, well, it's Veterans Day, and I really love this blend. It's a really good blend, and I hadn't had it in a while. But, man, it's a good blend. It's going to be tough making that list this year. Man, it's smoky. It's so interesting watching this. This smoke just, it's right there, and then all of a sudden you see it shoot right up. It's pretty cool. It's like a chimney. So if anyone's concerned about ventilation in here, it's pretty good. I had thought about getting a purifier or something in here to throw it in here. And I might do that. We'll see. I still got to work on the air condition thing. We'll see how that goes this spring. Now I know this is a long one, so if you got this far in the video, cheers to you. It's really a video about nothing, so I appreciate you watching this far. Most people probably tune out after 5 minutes, right? But I do like making these longer, pointless videos, because I try to have a channel where you can kind of relax and just maybe fall asleep to these videos. Because I do a lot of, when I fall asleep, it's usually to a lot of ASMR videos, like being at a diner, a coffee shop or something with 1940s music playing. The cozy cabin ones. There's one, what was space. I've done space stuff. Those silly things, I kind of just fall right to sleep pretty quickly. And maybe, in the old days, I had a friend. She used to call me in the middle of the night because she couldn't sleep, and I was an insomniac, and we would talk, and she'd just pass out. She said my voice was soothing, which I always thought was funny because my voice is rather, I don't know, it's twangy, got a weird accent because I'm from Rhode Island, Massachusetts kind of blend thing, and I'm nasally. I don't see the appeal of my voice, which is funny when you get into podcasts and everybody hates hearing their voice. You get used to it after a while, you don't care, especially when you edit audio. After a while, you just don't even care anymore. You just do it. And you're kind of immune to it. But I still don't see the appeal with my voice at all. Two things I will say. Get yourself this pipe, right? This is just a fantastic billiard. And I know I want to like hoard all this, but I suggest you guys get some of this too. It's good stuff. But I was going to do a Jeep video today, but yesterday coming home from work, it's only a matter of time this is going to happen. I had this stone fly at my windshield, and it pitted my windshield on one side. And it's high up, not low, where the heat won't hit it, I don't think. But when you're a Jeep, you have a Jeep with a flat windshield, it's only a matter of time before you get the infamous cracked windshield. So let's see, I've had this May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So 7 months. That's not bad. It's not bad. That's pretty good. And I think I'll be okay. But I expect it to happen. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a TikTok video of it. So that'll probably happen. I'll let you know tomorrow morning when I get into my Jeep and it happens. I'll do a little quick video. The thing with Jeep now, I've been debating this. When I get the new windshield, when I have to replace it, you have the option of just using the regular windshield like I have now, or you can get the Gorilla Glass windshield, which is almost $900. And it sounds cool. It's Gorilla Glass. It'll protect your windshield and all that, and it'll last longer. But I don't know if I want to spend $900 on a windshield. So I might go the normal route when it happens. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe for the sake of the channel, I'll go with the Gorilla Glass option at some point. I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot of money I'd rather spend on other things, like pipes, tobacco, stuff for the shed. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I've gone like a half hour here. I've rambled. I've probably put you all to sleep if you made it this far. But I appreciate you. Hope you guys are all enjoying your day off if you're off. If you're a veteran, past, present, thank you, and to your families for your sacrifice. It means a lot to me, certainly, and many others. So with that, I'm out of here. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you on the next one.